Good morning, everyone. Happy Wow Wednesday. See if I can get the woman to play our song for us this morning. I can't say her name because she does weird stuff. Here we go. Maybe you can do it.
So you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because
I have no idea why it just stopped. Okay. It's one of those kind of days. Do have a do-over here with the music and see if it'll continue this time.
so you're in a hurry? Well, you better calm down. We're all friends around you, just join the fun. 'Cause if you're in a hurry, you're missing the point. Should enjoy the fruits of life instead of chasing coins. Because it's a beautiful day. Isn't so come on, let's play. Forget the rush, you're in and find a good spot. Sit down and join us as we sing a good song. Keep back, relax, and just follow along. Oh, we got plenty of time. Taking it easy won't cost you a dime. Throw another log onto the fire. Because it's a beautiful day. And come on, let's play.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Bring in your cup. I don't know what's going on with technology today, but we're here. I'm here, you're here. Let's call in the peeps that aren't here and get this party started. All right, so I think I'm done sharing. Where is everybody? Sally, good morning. It's a chilly fall filling day. Perfect for sweaters and jeans. Wow. That's awesome. You don't usually get that in August, do you? But you know what? We are in double digits in August already. Oh my goodness. Well, something is not working right with my technology this morning. It's telling me there are 3 people on, but I see many more names than that. So let's see what's happening. I'm just going to ignore whatever my computer is telling me and just enjoy being here with all of you. Lou Jean, good morning. Kathleen Caputo, Deirdre, Sally, no, but it's a break from the intense heat. Well, I'm so glad you got that for sure. Annie 7, good morning. And you just put Grayson on the bus. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sally. All right. And it's still a warm day in Louisiana. Oh my God, you guys almost passed out from the heat yesterday, out walking around down in the French Quarter. But you know, what an amazing, beautiful day. Sissy Cough, good morning. Thank you for being here. All right, so let's go into our hearts. Let's do the heart-brain coherence, inviting the brain and the heart to communicate and telling our brains it is a beautiful day. It's a great day to have a great day, right? That's what I love to say every morning. Thank you, God, for this beautiful day. And it is a great day to have a great day. So, hand on your heart and slow down your breathing. Add in the love. You know why you're here. You are here to receive love from each other and to give love out to each other and to do a little check-in, see how we're all doing. So let's check in heart to brain first, just allowing the miracle to happen. When we do the heart brain, our body starts to repair itself, settles our energy, brings more focus, and just exhale anything else. Just let go. There's a lot of energy swirling around right now. That Lion's Gate energy is still very prominent. So just breathe in love and breathe out love. Breathe in peace and breathe out peace. Just be unapologetically who you are, a divine being here in this world. You're here to shine your light. You're here to make a difference, to make an impact. That's why you're here. And thank you for being here. Auntie Jean, hello, hello. And Deirdre said it's been a hot streak for over a week here. The air's been on constantly. Yeah, it's very hot. This morning we have a bit of a break because it's rainy. It rained overnight and it's supposed to rain all day today. And it's a stay-in day here in New Orleans. We've got lots going on. I've got online stuff, so we'll be here. I'll be here in front of my computer, but it's still a great day wherever you are, whatever's happening, whether it's sunshine or liquid sunshine or cool weather. I'm so happy that somebody's got some cool weather. And Blue says, yes, Teri, it's early this year. The mist is deep over the field today, and it's getting dark early. It's a beautiful day. Vermont green blessings. Thank you, and cheers to all of you. Annie said, the moon was over my house last night. It woke me up at 1 a.m. It was so bright. Let me tell you, Annie, I was right there with you. I think I had just finished the blog And so I was shutting down the computer and turning out lights. And I'm thinking, why is it still so bright in here? I don't have any lights on. And I looked out the window and it was like the sky was daylight. It was such a bright moon last night. When's the full moon, you guys? I am not up on this stuff anymore. It was like, I don't know what happened about a year ago. I just started losing track of time stuff. It was like time wasn't even important anymore. And I don't have time for time. If that makes sense. I don't have time to really do a lot of the stuff that I used to do, following the moon, the full, the new, all of it. And that just all kind of stopped. So I pay attention when somebody else brings information in, but it's not something that I feel an urge to really pay attention to anymore. But I know that it affects us. It affects us in a big way, whatever that moon is doing in its phase. Thursday. Okay, well, that's like tomorrow. So, all right then. Thank you for that information, Annie. Kathy Hand, good morning. And Kathy, you're supposed to cool off to the low 80s this weekend. All right. Rick Morrow, hello on YouTube. And let's see what else. Sally said, this is the first chilly morning for us. We've had chilly mornings this summer, followed by hot and humid afternoons. Our backyard gets steamy in the afternoon when all the dragonflies take over the entire backyard. I love that. I saw so many dragonflies yesterday when we were looking in little shops down in the French Quarter. And yeah, I know this is their time. It's time to start seeing them. Brookie, good morning, sweet Brookie. And Blue Jean says, this coming full moon is the last of the 4 in a row super moons. I think it's the 12th. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's the 11th or the 12th. I have no clue, but I do know I feel its energy and the electronics are feeling its energy. I mean, the music, just stopped on its own this morning. I had to restart that. So I know that things are being affected. I did see that there's a solar storm that we're supposed to be affected by, and it looked huge from what I could see. So I think that's going to interfere with some of our electronics and some of our communication systems. And Kathy says, I can't wait to see my sweet pea Marlena and her boyfriend tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Are you taking time off work for that, Kathy? I'm sure you're probably going to be able to spend time with Marlena. Annie says, when Auntie Jean and Teri left, a dragonfly landed on my foot. The 11th, my calendar says tomorrow is the full moon. Okay. It's going to happen whenever it happens, whether it's tomorrow or Friday. So just enjoy it. Make sure you put crystals out if you do that so that your crystals recharge, and grab some of that moon water. Just take some water outside in a container and let it be charged by the moon, because that's what the moon does. It affects all of our water. So if we have something that we set the intention and did a concentration and focus on it, then look out, because it will be charged. We can all go dance in the full moon's energy. Yes, we can. We can dance anytime we want to dance, right? What's that song? I can dance. I can hear the song. I don't know the name of it. Or we can dance. All right, Kuan Yin. Let's see what she's telling us today. And this is Wow Wednesday. So what's your wow? What's going on that you just want to share with us? What's happening? There's so much going on right now. August is packed. Ricky has a birthday coming up. I have a birthday coming up. My sister Billy just had her birthday yesterday. I called and talked to her. So what's your wow today? The grid goes out in the full moon. Oh, I can already feel that activation. Sally, you really want some Florida water? I actually have some Florida water with me. Kathy wants to take time off, but we're very short-staffed. Might try to leave early a couple of days. Okay, well, I know you're going to have a beautiful time with her. Just enjoy whatever moments you get to have and make those awesome memories. You know, that's life's so short. So make the memories with every moment that you can. Oh, I am magical, Sally. I'm so glad you found it back again. And Brookie says, happy full moon, everyone. Blessings to you, your manifestations, your hopes, and your beautiful dreams coming true. Yes, yes. So if you had any manifestations happen already after we did that activation to the portal the other day, share what's happening. If something's coming up, just share it. I would love to hear what's going on. Oksana, good morning, sweet Oksana on YouTube. All right, I'm going to read this Kuan Yin card. I keep getting distracted by what's going on. You are one of a kind. Your own path will never be exactly the same as anyone else's. The type of frequency you hold is as individual as your fingerprints. That uniqueness cannot ever be taken from you, co-opted by another, or compromised in any way. Relish your uniqueness and share it lovingly, freely, joyfully with the world. I love this particular card. We've had this before. You are one of a kind. And there's my one-of-a-kind friend, Joanne Castillo. Good morning to you, darling. And Catherine Kovacs coming in. And Annie says, I'm so glad Auntie Jean and Teri are making memories together. Yes, we are. We're making beautiful memories together. You guys, we had so much fun in the French Quarter yesterday, other than the heat. Yeah, it was kind of difficult to walk through all of that heat and humidity. I think if it hadn't been so humid, it wouldn't have been terribly bad. But I felt like I was walking through a steam room when with every step, it was really difficult to move forward. But you know what? I persevered. And Auntie Jean was worried that I wasn't going to make it to the car. We had parked far away. We didn't think it was that far, but it really did feel that far trying to walk to it. But yes, we had a beautiful time in the Quarter. We ate at the Vampire Cafe, and we shared a vampire burger, and it was such fun. I haven't posted the pictures on Facebook yet, but I think I did share them in the messenger of our little waitress. She was so cute. And it was so funny because I had texted Ruth Anderson and I said, we're at the Vampire Cafe and we're being served by a vampire. And Ruth says, a real one? But Jean used her brain cell and she goes, it's the middle of the day. I don't think vampires are out yet. So she asked her if she was real or pretend. And this amazing young lady let us take pictures with her. She was so cute and in costume for what she does working there. We met the owner of the Vampire Cafe and the Vampire Boutique, and she has written a book with the history and the legend of vampires in New Orleans. So I bought the book and had her sign it, and I opened it last night and started to read it. I put this in my blog, but I want to read that dedication to you all. because the angels had me talk about continuing to learn in our lifetime. Annie, I love the history of vampires in New Orleans. I can't wait to get into this. I read the very first part of it last night. So here's what she wrote at the very beginning of the book, and it's where she signed it for me. So that's what drew my attention even to it, or I probably would have just skipped right over that. This book is dedicated to those with a thirst for knowledge and a hunger for the truth. Don't you love those words? I put that in my blog because I think it's important for us to have that thirst for knowledge, to really want to know things and to continue learning. I want to learn until I'm no longer in my physical body. I want to just experience and see what's there. And every time I go into an area, I like to know the history. And I remember when I was in Michigan, Sally and Tony were sharing their little town with me and some of the history of Michigan. And Vermont, the same thing with Blue, Suzanne in Pennsylvania, Kathy in Maryland, wherever I've been, in Virginia Beach with Tammy. So all along the way, I've learned more about the history of the areas. And, I hated history in school. The teacher made it so boring, and I just couldn't learn it in school. I learned some. And then when I moved up to New England, I lived in Massachusetts for a year. I was just enthralled. Every weekend I'd go out and see what was in the area, what history had happened there, what famous thing had taken place. So this whole journey that I've been doing, traveling around the country, it's continued. Wherever I go, I like to look at the historical markers and see what took place and see what happened in this area. Now, Auntie Jean's husband is a retired history teacher. So he's been encouraging us, almost demanding of us, to go here and do this and check this out. And I love that. I love that there's somebody that says, something happened there, go check it out. And we can see what that history was. So when I come into your area, let's just see what's going on and what happened there in the land. Sometimes I go in and I clear energy, like at Valley Forge in Pennsylvania, when I was with Suzanne. That's where we did the land blessing, was at Valley Forge, and cleared some of that energy, that war energy that happened. All right, let's see. Sally, I manifested more business. And then my Fab Five from Chicago is coming in on Saturday. I adore their energy. They're a fantastic group who comes in for readings. How awesome. I'm so glad that happened for you, Sally. Anybody else have any manifestation? Blue said, the Fae show me they are sitting in an audience watching the Teri and Jean show. They are, oh my gosh. Jean was so upset with them. Was it yesterday, Jean, that they kept hiding stuff on you? They kept moving things. And it was when we were doing Lionsgate, I think. And they kept moving her crystals. And she would look at the table and it was where she had set them down and they weren't there. And then later on, they reappeared. They were right there where she had left them. So I think they have been playing more games with her than they have with me. I've noticed a few things, but not like what they're doing to her. So yeah, they're messing with her here in New Orleans, especially. I can't wait to see what's going to happen in Vermont. That's going to be fun. And Auntie Jean says, thank you, Kuan Yin. It's important to know that we are each on our own different path. Yeah, we all came here for a certain lesson, and it affects each other. What we do when we interact with someone else, it does affect their energy, but we are unique. We do things the way we do things, right? You see a number of them here. Yeah, they are really stepping up and doing what they do big time. And Auntie Jean said, the Fae have been teasing us here lately, Blue. I don't know if it's the two that came with me or if it's Sherry's. I think it may be quite a few of them here. They now have trench coats on with sunglasses. I love that. You should have seen our little elf Auntie Jean yesterday with her poncho on. Yeah, we got a little rained on in the French Quarter. Blue says, I'm trying to get a representative of the Wilmington Historical Society to come talk for an hour at the retreat house. That would be a real treat to have that happen. Kathy Hand said Bob's boss allowed him to take next week off without pay to help Colin finish some of the building projects at the Coast Guard. They appreciated his honesty, and they are going to try and allow Bob to do this as long as Bob does not get too behind with their company's work. That's amazing. I'm so glad that's taking place. Oksana says, I always wanted to get into tarot, and then I just got some cards on Saturday, and I have been playing with them since. It's such an interesting journey. I love feeling the cards' energies. You know, Jean and I have a very unique set of cards. I have them right in front of me, and I thought I might take some time to do some card pulls online just to get more familiar with their energy. Ours is called, here's the box. They're called Angel Energy Oracle cards. And you have to get them from the lady that created them. You can't even buy them in a store or even online. So Jean and I got them. I'm going to pull one in just a minute before we do the prayer time. And remember, this is the time when we share the prayers today online on the screen. So if you have any to add to it, go ahead and do that. Mary Etta says a vampire, very active manifestation, providing intense reality escape. Yeah, it was so fun to be in that energy yesterday and just to laugh and just to be. And I have to tell you guys, I have been in a lot of places before that are haunted, that have spirits just hanging out. Just hanging out. One of those places that I went to was in Miami. There's a very haunted hotel there with a bunch of history of things that happened. It was confiscated and used as a makeshift hotel at one point. And there was a crematory in the basement. And there are souls hanging out in that hotel. And when I went there, I went for a tea reading, and I actually was communicating with them, and I saw one hanging from the chandelier, just watching and observing. Well, yesterday, when we were in the Vampire Cafe, there was a chandelier behind the bar that was moving. And it was actually, I was watching some of the strands on it. It was a crystal chandelier, and there was a little strand that just was like going like crazy. And I kept paying attention to that and feeling energy there. But then the whole chandelier was kind of moving. I took a short video of it as it was moving, and I'll share that with you all. And for some reason, they're drawn to those crystal chandeliers. And we felt so much energy in there. It was really kind of cool to be in that environment. They gave Brookie a wall of beautiful ferns and are guarding her. Oh, I missed that first part. Jean says, I don't know what to say about the Fae here. I mean, a clock works in my house. Also, Jean's crystal that she gave our friends has been returned. And don't even let me start about my shoes. I know they've been really messing with you with your shoes. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. The prayers for humans, Gaia, and world peace. And I know I have to get to that. Brookie, I read that one. Annie says, the magic of the city is really lovely. It really is. And Oksana says, how fun. I have oracle cards as well, quite a few decks, and I love their gentle guidance. Me too. Let's see what they had for us. Tune in. Sorry, tune in. Be open. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Be open to learning and receiving downloads from the universe. Love yourself completely. Okay, so I guess that's my message that, yeah, this is a deck I'm supposed to be working with. And I don't know if you all can see the card itself. Do you see that swirl going up from the angel? That's how I saw the vortex the other day with Lionsgate. It was that exact same energy swirl going up, and we traveled through that swirl when I guided us in that meditation. Or actually, the angels guided us. I just opened my mouth and let them talk. So be open to learning and receiving. That is the huge message. I'm going to be reading that blog today at 4:44. If anybody wants to be there and have a communication and a discussion about this, because obviously we're all supposed to pay attention to this right now. All right, what else we got? Blue said prayers for all creatures, great and small. Dolly seems happier, but is losing weight. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's really lift her today. And Kathy said, I need to visit that vampire cafe. I used to read Anne Rice's books. Did they have Bloody Marys on the cocktail menu? I'm sure they did. They had a lot of interesting stuff on that menu. So, yeah, you should come to French Quarter. Definitely check it out. Okay. So we're getting ready to share all of the prayers, all the people and the places and the animals that are on our prayer list. And I encourage you to remember that each one of these that's shared is someone that was a loved one that you all brought forth and that you put here in our midst for us to lift up. And I'm just opening it now. So as I read the names and we get into the energy of who we're lifting every day, just breathe in and send some love to each name. Just from your heart, lift them up with love, because Kuan Yin says love is the energy that heals. So this is our peapod prayer list, praying for all the P's for peace, that's us, and for peace on earth. So it feels like there's some clearing that needs to be done before we even read the names. That's what's coming up. Clearing the energy, leaving behind anything that's unlike love. Let's first do that. Take a breath in and let it go right to your heart center. And if you're feeling something there that's heavy, if you're feeling there's something that needs to just be released, I encourage you to release it with love. Just let it go. Smile. Smile. Magnify that intense energy. So just smile. Release anything that's not needed. Holding only love and light. Let's say that. Only love and light is welcome here. Only love and light can be in this place at this moment as we lift each other and lift those who are in our hearts every day. And this is the day we're reminded of all of those. All right, so the names that are on our list: Prachetta, Prachir, Navriti, Jasmine and her daughters, Abha, Billy and Tim, and please lift up Billy's son, Brian. He is in the hospital. He has been for over a week, and his liver is not working at all. So please pray for this young man, because it's, I think, just a matter of time now before he's no longer in his physical body. And this is my beautiful nephew. Please lift him up high. Sheila and Kevin, Gary, James, Loretta and Cecil, Joanne Castillo and her family, especially her daughter Jackie and grandson Eris, Mary Beasley, Deirdre and her daughter and her cat Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and husband Bob, Adriel, Joni, Tia Frenetti, Nancy Sanger, Mickey, Suzanne Millard. I haven't seen Suzanne this morning, lifting her and her family and her daughters up and her granddaughters. Marietta and good girl Pearl, Claude and Raquel, Leo Harley and family, DJ Blaze, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and son, Ryan, Rick and Josie Morrow, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio and their family, especially Beth, who's doing really well. Jean and Ron Lorio and their family. Christina and Carrie Leftwich and family. Mary Lou Burdick and her family. Catherine and Michael Kovacs, her family and her fur babies. Rosalind Good Vibes. Sally and Tony De La Rosa. Rose De La Rosa. Kathy and Bob Hand and all of her family, especially Colin and Marlena, praying for a wonderful time with your daughter this week. Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and Molly, Pat Moss and your beautiful daughter and grandchildren, Olivia and Tom, Becky LaFave and her son, Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, especially her daughters, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, his brother Raymond and wife Kathy, Hope Wellington Marshall. Hope is getting ready to go back on home dialysis, so let's lift her up for that and pray that everything goes well with that transition. Zena and Hope's parents, Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson, Regina and Adam, Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her grandkids, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and your mom, Amber, Jenna, Kayla, Katia, Maximus and his teacher, Herb, Darlene, who was having surgery. Was that the one we got an update on? No, we didn't. It's Teresa's surgery. Okay, is her surgery today, Isabel? Let us know if that's today so we can be there with her for that. Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul Reese. And hi, Isabel, I see you came in. Isabel's daughters, Anesh and Teresa, Beata and Juliana, her daughter, Linda and Dick Lemieux and their sons and grandchildren, and prayers for a successful sale of their house. And yes, the surgery is today. Thank you, Isabel. Melinda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and for her mom, Karen. I haven't had an update on Karen. Let's try to get one from Stacy if anyone talks to her this week. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave, and the fur babies, Pocky, Gruff, Wizzy Bee, Blue, Lulu, and Gizmo, Dolly the horse, lifting Dolly up high for whatever is for her best and highest good. And thank you, Blue, for the love you're sharing with her. Pam and Gordy, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and your family, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Angel Fullerton, Lily Ann in Norway and her family, and she's with her son Michael and grandson Gabriel right now, and also lifting up her mother who's been going through a lot of physical stuff. Kathleen Caputo, praying for perfect health for you. Colleen Straw, baby Wyatt and mom Marty, baby Haven, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Alba, Dottie and Don, Christina Schaff, Grace Isis and all of her family in Kenya and the fur babies, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine, Tammy Fisk and her daughter. We know we're going to have a baby on Friday for sure, but we didn't get the pool going. Somebody remind me today. We're doing a baby pool so we can guess the time that baby's going to arrive. Lori, Kelly, Rochelle and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, and her sister-in-law Sharon, going through a lot of physical stuff right now. Diana Bertut, Jeannie and her sister Merle, Boulder, Colorado, Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle with breast cancer, Crystal and Dean Nobles and their sons and their fur baby Brody, Laura Osborne, Sharon Rhea and her family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman, Mary Crincoli and her family and friends, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Mansi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Noel, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joseph, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Betty, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Terry Gilstad, the Walters family, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Pish and her family. And Sally has an update on Rose De La Rosa. She has begun her chemotherapy and is holding up well. Please let her know she's on her prayer list every day, Sally, that we lift her up for that blessing of perfect health coming back to her. And Annie says, Betty can be taken off. Okay, I'll do that after we get done with the show. Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, Rick Ulfick, John Thaddeus Fiore. And we're hoping to have a John sighting as we pass through New Jersey. I want Jean to meet that beautiful man who is so hilarious and keeps us all laughing all the time. Kuka Carney and her family, Bob Simon and Sherry Otis, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher in North Carolina, Jay Rothman and Mary, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Shelley, Sue and grandchildren, Carrie's mom and niece Laura, Maggie's mom, Freddie, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa. We haven't heard from Robert in months, so let's pray that he's okay and his grandmother's okay. Miles and Sarah, Debbie Carol Hawks, who needs a kidney, Carl, Brutus the dog, Augie the dog, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry in need of a lung transplant, Kaylee with brain cancer, Trevor Gordon, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family. And let's Please lift up her son. She has reached out and asked for prayers for him. So lift up that whole family, but especially Michelle's son right now. The areas of Buffalo, New York, Uvalde, Texas, lifting up Joanne McConnew, the Changes Retreat happening in October, Teresa, Gloria, Whitney, Jude Doughton, Karen Gibbons and her daughter, Matt, who had a motorcycle accident, Noel and his housemate, James Schultz and his family, I believe James has passed, Julie Kiss's mom, Cynthia, Uncle Albertino, Howard's family from Pat Moss, and Teresa Gloria. I think we have her on here twice. Okay, so what else is going on? Auntie Jean says, I would like to say a special prayer for Tammy's daughter. First babies are always a surprise to mommies and a lot of work for their body. Amen, Jean. Thank you for that. And Annie says, Kaylee is still undergoing treatment for brain cancer. Thank you for that update. Jasmine, good morning, sweet Jasmine. We have you and your family on this prayer list. And she says, God bless all the wonderful peas and a big hug to Mama P. Thank you. And Auntie Jean says, if you're listening, Pizza Man, we're on our way and I'm bringing the pineapple. Yes, we are. We're going to meet up with John when we go through New Jersey. So that will be fun. All right. So go into your hearts and pray this prayer with me. Let's do it together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. And I want to just add to that, may peace prevail on our earth. May every being that is here, may everything that has energy receive the peace that we send from our hearts. May that peace show up in our lives through kindness to each other, through unconditional love of each other and acceptance. May we all exude that peace in our daily lives, in the way we conduct ourselves, in the love we give away. Let it be given without agenda. Let that love flow to every being through our smiles, through our acts of kindness, through everything that takes place while we're here for this minute on this planet. Let it permeate through the land and let it go country to country, nation to nation, communities, states. Let it be what is foremost on our minds and in our hearts as we breathe in every minute of every day. And thank you. Thank you, Peas, for all being here. We ask the blessings of the divine on every name that's on that list, every area, all of us that are gathered together. We pray for the best and highest good for all. And we thank you to our Creator. We thank you to Christ. We thank you to Divine Mother, especially bringing in that nurturing, warm energy for us all to share with each other. And that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to do the heart telephone. So breathe in that love in your heart. And we say these magic words at the count of 3, 2, 1. Thank you. I love you. I love you all so very much. Oh, I just heard it from Jean and I received it in my heart. Thank you all for lifting each other up. Thank you for listening as we share I'm just looking at something here on my screen as we share our love with each other. Okay, thank you for the update, whoever that is, the ministers and practitioners of CSLLI. I have no idea what that is, but thank you for being here and for sharing that information with us. And I will make sure that I update the list when I get off the air today, that Christina and had her baby and they're both fine and they can be removed, and also Colleen Straw. Thank you for that. All right, how about a little bit of Leo in our life? And let's see if I can turn back on the share button so you all can hear it and not just me. I so appreciate each and every one of you being here. And I can't even tell you, I can't even begin to share with you the feeling I have every morning when I come in and I see you. I really see you. And I feel that love when you send it out, when you say those words. Oh, it was Kathy. Mama Hotto Bear. Wow, you showed up in a very different way this morning, but I love it. Yeah, ministers and practitioners of CSLLI is what it says, Kathy, on my screen. So that was strange, but I'm so glad to know that it's you. Thank you for being here. Annie, all our energy together, united, is changing so many lives. It really is. It's really a transformation, and I'm loving every minute of it. All right, we do have to get off of here. I will see you all at 4:44 today and share the message from the angels. If you haven't read it yet, such a beautiful message. And then we got confirmation from my new angel deck that we're supposed to be learning, you guys. We're supposed to use our brains and use what God gave us, that ability to learn and to absorb what's going on in our world. So come on, Leo, take us out of here. Let's get on with this beautiful day.
Morning, Earthlings! It's time to get up and get ready, because today's the perfect day to have a great day. Here we go, come on, come on! Come on, let's play, it's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning, might as well be part of it. We're on a peaceful peace, on our mission for harmony. You and me, mama, be on the lead, wherever we may be. We create a portal where we can be together. The heart telephone is always one phone call away. Calling on the guys, the angels and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a new dimension. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full, give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full of. Cuppa full of joy, full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top. Here, the coffee's always hot and the choice is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today is a new day, we all part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team, and you can side with us. There is always no space in the pot. Full of love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, every day to start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy, with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full of, give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full of, give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full of, give me a cuppa full of joy, give me a cuppa full of.
Oh, waggle butts and
y'all. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa Fulla Joy with all the P's and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste, y'all. Cuppa Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy, Cuppa Fulla Joy. Give me Cuppa Joy, 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 Cuppa Fulla Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy, give me Cuppa Joy. Give me Cuppa Joy.
Woo! Thank you, Leo. And thank you, Peas. I love you so very much. Stay in your heart. Stay blessed. And I'll see you this afternoon. And let's really start learning stuff. Check in tomorrow and tell me what you learned today. I challenge everybody, learn one thing new today. However you do that. If you have to Google something, go to a book, whatever you do, learn one thing new and come in and share it tomorrow. Share what you learned. I love this. All right. I will see you all this afternoon. I love you so very much. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.